Good afternoon, class. Today we are going over Unit 3 dash or Section 3-3. We are solving multi-step equations, all right? So our learning intention is to solve multi-step equations with variables on both sides. Our success criteria, right? We know we have it when we can use the distributive property, inverse operations, and we are able to combine like terms and use all of those to solve for variables, all right? So let's get into it. So I highly recommend reading all of this. That being said, the key takeaway here, right, is to solve problems in this section, you are going to expand the expression that contained the grouping symbols. That's a very long way to say distribute, right? So if you see parentheses in your equation, you just distribute first. That's all that says. So step one is, oh, my pen's not going to reach that far, I don't think. Distribute. All right? Then solve the equation combining like terms. So that's normal. 2. If you have any like terms that are, so combine. Like terms, right? And number 3, you're going to use inverse operations. Inverse operations. Yeah, I know my handwriting on the pen or in the marker is a little sloppy on the computer. So that's why it's really important you guys have your headphones in and are listening to me so you can hear me say step 1 is distribute, step 2 combine like terms, step 3 inverse operations. And that's how you're going to solve all of these problems in these units. Let's just get to it. This is just your first example, right? And it's all laid out here for you nice and neat. So step 1 would be to distribute from -5 to 2x and -5 to 3, which means you multiply -5 times 2x and you get 10x. And you multiply -5 times 3 and you get -15. All right? And then you're going to go to the other side of your equation and do the same thing with 4 and x and 4 and 11. 4 times x is 4x. 4 times 11 is 44, and then your equation is now expanded. You have distributed. So once you distribute, right, here's step 1, step 2, you're going to combine like terms on the same side. Well, here on the left you have 2 x's, and here on the right you have 2 constants. So negative 10x minus x should give you negative 11x, and 44 plus 1 should give you 45. All right? So next step again, here's step 3. Well, now that we have all of our like terms combined, we have distributed, now we are going to use inverse operations to get our constants together and get our variables together. So as you can see, the book went ahead and added 11x to both sides first. They did it below you, but I'm going to do it here too. So these cancel. So they brought down -15. 4x plus 11x should be 15x plus 45. Well, we still need to get our variable by itself. So now they're going to subtract 45 from both sides because subtraction is the opposite of addition, right? Addition, subtraction. They're opposites. And we did that up here too, right? Subtraction, addition. All right? So those will cancel. We're going to be left with 15x, right? Equals -60. We're going to go to the next slide because the rest of the work is on the next page. So 15 times x, well, the inverse operation of multiplying is division. So we're going to divide both sides by 15. 15 divided by 15, that's 1. We don't need to show 1x, you just show 1. Will equal -60 divided by 15, which is 4, meaning our answer is x equals -4. And that's all we got to do. All right, let's see if we can apply this to some problems that are similar, but maybe a little bit more difficult. Just kidding, they actually want to go through one more example. So let's just do this together, all right? Remember, distribute 3 times x, 3 times 12, 3 times 8x, x plus 3 times 12. So that's going to equal 3 times 8 is 24. X plus 3 times 12 is 36. Minus 15. Now we just bring down everything that we didn't distribute or have to do anything with yet. So let's go to this side now. 2 times 3, 2 times 3x. 2 times 3 minus 2 times 3x. 2 times 3 is 6. Minus, once again, 2 times 3 is 6, but this time we have an x, so 6x. All right, distribution's done. Step 2, combine like terms. On the left, we have 24x minus 15x, and we have no like terms on the right, so all we have to do is deal with these x's on the left. 24x minus 15 should be 9x. Just bring everything else down. Plus 36 equals 6 minus 6x. All right, getting close. Now we just need to get all of our x's on one side and all of our constants on the other. I'm going to do this in one step. You don't have to. You can do it in two. I would recommend you take it baby steps first, right, until you get really comfortable with it. So I'm going to add 6 to both sides. I like my positive numbers, so I try to keep them positive. Can't really avoid the negative number in this problem, though. Then I'm also going to subtract 36 to both sides. All right. Let's make a new line so we can see, separate our work. So 6x minus 6x plus 6x, that cancels. Plus 36 minus 36, that cancels. So on the left, we should have 9x plus 6x. 9 plus 6 is 15. X equals negative 30 plus 6, or 6 minus 36, however you want to look at that, should give you a negative 30. All right, last step. 15 times x, the opposite of times, opposite of multiplication, is division, divide. So divide both sides by 15. These will cancel and go to 1. You are left with x equals 30 divided by 15 is negative 30 divided by 15 is negative 2. Boom. Done. If you have a hard time following my work, the next slide should be everything laid out nice and neatly. So here, once again, here's all of your work nicely laid out. Some of it goes on to the next slide, so if you have to, you can go back and forth between the two and pause it. Here's the last couple of steps and your final answer. All right, so once again, if you need to, just go back and forth between the slides or this, the video, and just pause it and get what you need. So here, they're showing you how to make sure you got your problem right. If you would like, when you solve for your variable, go back to your original problem, find your variables, all of them, all 3 of them in this one, and replace them with your answer, which we got negative 2. And you can see they did that. They went and replaced every instance of x with a negative 2. And then they just did the math, right? And both sides simplified to 18. 18 does equal 18, so that is a true statement, which means you did your math correctly and you got the correct answer. I do not expect you to check the solution, but if you are ever unsure of yourself, that is a surefire way to know if you got it right or wrong. And I want you to take time, pause the video here, try to solve this one on your own, right? Remember, step 1, distribute. Step 2, combine like terms. Step 3, use inverse operations to solve for the variable, all right? Next couple of seconds, we'll have the video, so pause it here, answers next. So after you do all of your math, you should end up with the answer x equals negative 29. If you did not get x equals negative 29, please look back in your work and see if you can figure out how to get the correct answer. If not, please come in and ask Mr. Lowell or myself. We will get you through it, all right? All right, so once again, this is just another check problem. I want you to do these on your own. Pause the video, try to get them right, the answer is going to be next. If you can't get these check problems right, these are what you need to bring into class and ask for assistance with. This is how you're going to learn whether or not you can do it. So please pause the video, try to get this done on your own. All right, and you'll see with wrong pen. You'll see here, we got an answer of x equals 0.2. If you did not get 0.2, go back to the drawing board or ask for help. All right, final check problem. This is going to be a tough one. There's a lot of fractions, but I think you guys can handle this. Please pause the video, try it on your own once again. If you get it wrong, that's okay. That just means you need to ask for some help. All right, and your final check problem and final answer for the notes is x equals -9. That's the end of section 3.3. Pretty much the same thing as 3.1. You've just got distribution thrown into the mix now, but I think you guys can handle that. If you have any questions, bring them to me or Mr. Lowell. Have a good day.